I'm Araceli. I'm program coordinator for Hainan, and I'm here to introduce and interview Rosana here. So first of all, can you introduce yourself? Who are you? Where are you from? What are you doing in your life?
Yeah, so hello, I'm Rosana Miller. I am 26 years old. I came from Bowie, Maryland, but I've been living in Northern California for the past 5 years. I am currently in my final year of undergraduate school for biochemistry and molecular biology, and I've been with High Noon on and off for a while, but recently I just completed and facilitated the core program this year. Yeah.
Nice. So we are here to share our experience with the program core. Yeah, it is a very miraculous event that we are here in the same city.
Oh yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, for sure.
In the same country. So this is I think it's one event interview that never happened before, for me at least.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. So yeah, it's nice to be here with the Hainan family, for some of the Hainan family here. So yeah, I wanted to ask your experience with core. How, what was your process for deciding to join core? Why did you want to join core? Yeah, first question.
Yeah, so I have been working on the matching and blessing for a little while in my journey through CARP and understanding myself. But it wasn't until this year, 2024, that I decided that I will make it a goal to start a process. For me, that was a really radical goal. It's like, do I really believe in myself? Can I really do that? But I just felt really strongly after going through a lot of soul searching and building new relationships and cutting off some unhelpful ones. I thought I need to actually take more ownership of my faith, my journey in the matching and blessing. So how is that going to work out? Let's at least make a vision. So I made a vision board and everything.
Nice.
And I just felt like because I declared that, I do believe in God and spirit world working. So I felt like, because I put it out there in the universe, I felt like when core came around to, at least like for my mental sphere, when it came to my attention, I thought, wow, this is perfect. I'm going to do this program. Core is a marriage prep program, and I've been around High Noon for a while, going through my own journey through sexual integrity, I'm still working on now, but I felt like, oh, this is like a safe enough program for me to go into. But yeah, I thought it would be really good for my preparation in the matching and blessing. So I joined core almost immediately right before, before registration closed or something. But I just remember that I heard about it and I signed up immediately. Yeah, no thought about it.
Wow, yeah. Perfect timing.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, how was the program for you?
So as a participant, because in the back of my mind I had my vision board and I had that goal, I want to start a process this year. I knew that I wanted to invest into it. I wanted to be present for the discussions. I knew that most of the growth or most of the things I'm going to learn is through discussions. And the group that I had as a participant, so I did 2 cycles of core. I facilitated for the last cycle, but as a participant, I had an idea of what I wanted. So I knew I was mostly focused on myself, reflecting on my habits, going back into goal setting, which is setting that North Star goal.
Yeah.
I honestly forgot what it was, but I know that I wanted to work on relationships. I wanted to work on being honest with where I was. And so in my first cycle of core, we had mentors. My facilitator was my mentor, so it helped. Talking to my facilitator pretty often, reporting to her every day about what I felt throughout the day, did something happen, and how did I handle all of that. And I really had a good experience being able to reflect consistently every day to see where I was and actually measure, am I actually getting closer to this goal? Do I feel more confident that, this goal is reachable this year? So yeah, I mean, definitely it was still hard in other ways. I felt like there was a huge age gap between me and some of the other members.
Yeah.
But I was really grateful that I could really see where I was, and in a way kind of assume a role as another supportive older sister, because actually once my facilitator couldn't come, but she entrusted me to facilitate for her,
I see.
especially since time zone or daylight savings happened in the middle of our cycle,
Yeah.
which threw everyone off.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
But I wanted to grow, so I just seized the opportunity whenever I could to reflect, to share, and to do something new.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what do you say that you learned throughout the program?
Yeah. So I definitely learned a lot about myself. I definitely was reminded and learned that actually I'm still struggling with my sexual integrity. I thought, I guess I was in denial. I was telling myself, no, I don't struggle that much. But then albeit I have episodes. But I think it took me a lot of time, but I realized, oh, I am struggling with it, and that's something I have to learn to admit, and learn how to be gentle with, and learn how to just, sit with it and say, you know what, I don't have power over this addiction. I had to admit it was still an addiction, and I'm still struggling with this.
Yeah.
But it was definitely liberating when I admitted that to myself. And since I was already going through core as a participant and then as a facilitator, I learned a lot more as a facilitator, actually.
I see, yeah.
I definitely saw that, wow, I actually do like high noon. I used to not like it. I think it's because, when you're doing, when you're used to being ashamed of yourself, struggling with sexual integrity,
It can be hard to relate to.
it's hard to relate or just, admit, like, I don't need a send, I'm doing core. But I really saw that, actually God has a really beautiful definition or view of what sexuality should be. And it's just really liberating that I can say, I'm not at that point where I have a healthy relationship with my sexuality, but I can really see that, we can nurture it and use it to propel us forward in our matching and blessing journeys.
Yeah. So how do you think, in what ways do you think that you grew with the program, through the program, both as a facilitator and a participant?
Yeah, as a participant, how did I grow? I think first I had to start trusting people. I realized that as I was confronted with my sexual integrity, I was struggling. I had to learn to be honest with my facilitator / mentor. And it was hard. Like a couple times I said, I slipped up. But she just embraced me. She just said, it's okay, basically. And I think I needed that. I needed to know that there are people out there who wouldn't judge me alongside me, because that's not going to be helpful.
Yeah.
And I think I had to learn as a participant, like, it's okay, I am safe, I can overcome this, and I can admit these things. So that was just, for me, the beginning part of of this journey of sexual integrity again, because I haven't been, too focused on it. I was focused on other things, so I distracted myself. But now it's in my face. I have to confront it. And as a facilitator, I actually became a facilitator last minute.
Yeah.
Actually,
Last minute.
Sorry. But I just felt inspired too. I think I just thought, you know what? I want to try. I realized that I want to give back the love that was given to me. I didn't know how, but I just thought I have to take a bit of a risk. I have to try something new. I can't just think about these ideas, say, oh, maybe I want to give back. No, I have to actually just try. So I took the chance, and I know that High Noon needs facilitators, so I thought, I'm definitely needed. I am in demand.
Yeah, definitely.
But I actually did some leading before I did mission for a long time, and I don't like being a leader. But I realized, you know what, being a facilitator is a leadership role, and I can try to heal that relationship of being a leader or older sister to others. So I decided to take my facilitating role seriously. I actually would read or look over the content before the call with my members or with my girlies. I love them a lot. And I would be ready. Okay, like, this is the topic of today. What can I share from my personal experience to share with these, younger sisters that I'm talking to? And I felt like, because I had to be more alert and aware of what the content is, I definitely, I definitely had to absorb a lot more and take it seriously.
Yeah.
And so I felt like because I was serious, I can actually see that the girls I was talking to, they were growing a lot too. They were taking steps towards growing their sexual integrity or their understanding what sexuality means to them, and for some of them even becoming candidates themselves, which inspires me. And because of that give and take of me, first investing and wishing them the best, they were able to take in the content or reflect on their days. And as they share in our group, I'm inspired. It's like, wow, like some of the things that my girls say inspire me. It's like, wow, can you facilitate me? So yeah, I feel like that's how I grew. I felt like I could support better. And if you give first, yeah, you get a lot back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Nice experience. I feel like you can give a lot of perspectives from both a participant and facilitator. So you are getting all the scoop. But yeah, I was so grateful that you decided to facilitate, even if it was last minute. Yeah, we definitely need more facilitators, more participants that are willing to take the next step in their journey, in their growth. And, we always talk about, the 5 hidden virtues, and courage is one of them. So you were very brave in taking that step. So thank you so much. And I'm glad that it, paid off. Paid off.
It sure did. Yeah.
So after having done core 2 times, what are your next steps?
So it just so happens that I reported to you on core, and you are actually now my Ascend mentor. So since I admitted to myself, you helped me realize that I am at the cusp of overcoming this little bit of addiction that's still with me. So I decided, you know what, actually, let's do Ascend for once, and let's actually like sincerely do it. So I know that I had to go back to what I learned as a participant. Like I have to be honest. I don't want to say confront, but I want to face myself, be honest with where I was at, and report up. And also, since I was a facilitator before, I learned a lot, and I think it aligns with my personal goals, which I didn't share in this interview, but I'm going to facilitate core again. So I will be doing core and Ascend. So I will be a facilitator and a participant for this final cycle of this year, 2024. So those are my next steps. And I actually am really excited to face myself. I used to be very afraid of sexual integrity. We feel a lot of shame. I'm pretty sure, especially for women, it's so hard. But I'm excited to face myself because I know I've done a lot of growth. And I really want to live an exemplary life for my fellow sisters by doing this and encouraging them. Like, if I can do it, you can too. So
a lot of growth this year.
A lot of growth, for sure.
Especially this last cycle is going to be a participant in facilitating.
Yeah, I did a lot. What?
I guess just one last thing. How would you say that the content, the program, the way that the program is like set up helped you in preparing for marriage and blessing?
So I've been doing a lot of work on myself outside of High Noon. I just think High Noon is a supplement to a lot of the growth. It's definitely more focused specifically on sexual integrity.
For sure.
And I realized that integrity is important to me. And it's not just sexual integrity, but you have inner principles and beliefs, and you should authentically live through your principles. That is integrity. I don't want to hide anything from my future spouse. I realize that I really want to find someone who I can be really safe with. And that means if I'm struggling with something, I want to be honest. I mean, definitely I want to work on my sexual integrity. That's actually really important to me. But I want to be able to confidently say, I have worked on this and I am ready to give my full self. I have nothing to hide and I am willing to grow. I want to really share and be confident that like I can grow for you and I want to be able to to love this person wholeheartedly. I don't want to be afraid to love. So
Wow. Yeah, that's very good. I'm glad that all throughout the work that you've been doing, outside and with Heinen, that's a really great goal to have and vision to like work towards, and I wish you the best on that. And I'm glad that we were able to share that journey with you. And yeah, I'll be seeing you in core in Ascend as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.